guys, I hope you're good. In this video I'm taking my friend Kat out for a boat driving lesson. She's going on a narrowboat holiday this summer and wanted some experience first. And I needed to take my boat for a test drive after I had my engine fixed. So here we go. We soon came across the first of many kayakers, but luckily he knew what he was doing. Kat is my lucky charm. Every time we're together, the weather is amazing. And for a fortnight prior to filming this video, it had rained non-stop.
Yeah. Hey Mum, this is me piloting a boat. I got this.
It can be quite difficult teaching someone else to drive your boat. When you know how to do something, it's a fluid movement which is hard to break down into individual parts. I'm not a teacher, and I learn in a very different way to Kat, so I had to change my approach to fit her learning style and make sure she understood. I like to just do things and only ask questions after I've made a mistake, whereas Kat needs to understand the theory of what she's doing first, so that was a bit of a challenge for me. But she soon picked it up and I was able to relax and shoot some footage. In my last video I lost some of the audio, so I didn't explain what the problem was with my engine. Basically, the hoses for my cooling system had got really old and brittle, and one of them had cracked, so that's where all the water was leaking from. And the clips that were holding all the hoses in place had rusted, so they've all been replaced now, and hopefully this trip will pass without any disasters. We're coming up to the Olympic Stadium now. Kat's Australian and she lives right on the other side of London, so she's never really seen any of this before. I was explaining to Kat how before the stadium was built, there was actually a river on that site, but that was all filled in to do the building work. And to compensate for that, the largest aquatic planting project in British history took place because of the ecological impact of them removing that river. So that's why the water around here is so beautiful. We are just passing Carpenter's Road Lock now. Regular viewers will have seen that in some of my previous videos. And we are turning in now and we're going to go on the other side of the Olympic Stadium. Something that's really important when you're teaching someone a new skill is to allow them to make a few mistakes so they can figure out a solution on their own. Obviously, if anyone's safety was at risk or we were going to cause any serious damage, I'd step in. Otherwise, I want Kat to figure things out on her own, but in a controlled situation. She won't learn anything if I do it all for her. She's picked up on the steering, so now we're going to add throttle. When you're first learning, it's really confusing to steer and control the throttle at the same time. And Kat's left-handed, so it's even more difficult for her because she wants to hold the tiller in her left hand.
Try to fight the wind, just go with it.
Yeah, I'm really going to turn it hard now.
Okay?
Sort of like full perimeter rounds. But I'm going to hit that ball.
You're
on
going to hit the ball,
outside.
that's fine. Slow down just a little bit.
Slow down.
Yeah. Just pop it in neutral. So we've got...
That was a big hit.
That's fine, it's not a problem, not a problem. Yeah. That's it, that's it.
Tell me to go. Tell me what to do.
You can go.
We had a little bit of a bump, but I think she recovered well, and it was important for me to stay calm and get her to carry on. This is a big deal for Kat, and I'm really proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone to learn something new. We're almost back on my mooring now, and the engine hasn't given us any trouble, so I'd say this is a successful trip all round.
So, how did you find that?
Oh, it was fantastic. Some parts were easier than I expected,
Like what?
like forward moving and just doing the tiller. And some parts were quite challenging, and I'm a bit nervous about how I'll do it without you. Like manoeuvring the boat in to tie off before a lock. That will be interesting.
Okay, but you're going to have your parents with you, so you can share a bit of that. And that lock that we went into was quite deep when you start. A lot of the time you'll be on the same level, so you can just step off the boat, so it's a lot easier. So I think having done that one as the first one, that's going to be really good for you, because anything else now
Will seem a bit easier.
exactly,
Fair
hopefully
point.
that's the logic behind
Yeah.
it.
And also, I think troubleshooting.
Okay.
Yeah, like when we got stuck in the weeds. Well, we weren't stuck ever, but the things I was doing weren't moving as soon as you took over. We moved off again.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I think you knew the little tricks, like bursts instead of just pushing it forward, when to use reverse, to unstick, and so on. But I guess once I do that a few times,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll figure it out.
And if I hadn't have been there, what is the worst thing that would have happened to you?
We would have been stuck there for a while until we figured it out.
Would you have figured it out?
Yeah, I guess so.
Exactly. Would you have drowned?
Unlikely.
Would you have starved?
Unlikely. Fair point. Awesome. That was a really amazing afternoon out.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you. See you soon. Oh. So that was me giving the beautiful Kat a driving lesson. I think she did so well. I'm really proud of her. If you enjoyed that, then do give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.